Nowadays, if you have a car that is actually working, is a blessing, because the economy is out of proportion, to say the least, out of hand, to be modest. I am telling you. And I'm not here to, judge anyone, anything like that. I used to live in the car like a year or so ago. I'm not saying I understand people's situation, but I'm saying I know how it felt when I used to live in the car. So let's get into it.
I am homeless and I'm living a double life. Let me kind of explain that. So I have a home and I live in it 3 days a week. My lease ends at the end of June, so I will be homeless full time. But right now, 4 days out of the week, I work at another place about an hour away from my home and I live in my car. It's a good tester run for me because I will be doing it full time. So if any of you have tips, tricks, and it's not like the glamorous like van life with heaters and showers and toilets. It is a car. I live in a car. I will be living in this car until it dies on me. But I'm trying to get out of debt. So I'm working 2 full-time jobs. One, I have been working with the homeless population for over 6 years. Have never really understood homelessness until now. And even now, my homelessness is glamorous to them. But I've never done this before, and I'm quite curious, like, if any of you have lived in a car, what are your tips, tricks, all of that fun stuff, because I will be doing it full time, and I'm very excited to do it. I will make my money and then get a place eventually, but I have some...
Well, like, this happened on June, right? She was recording this on June. But I would say that, so if you decide to live in your car, make sure that you have a very good working car. That's number one. And then number two, have like a gym membership that's open 24 hours. When I was in that situation, when I was homeless, I made sure that I had a gym that I could go work out, take my shower, take care of my hygienes and everything. And it had to be 24 hours. 24 hours gyms are usually the best. You go in there, get your work in, and, take a shower, do whatever you need to do, take care of your hygienes, and then if you need to go to work, and all this other stuff. I will tell you, have some snacks. Make sure you have a blanket, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure she already got them, but they come in handy because you don't want to sleep while your car is running and then you end up burning like fuel, because that happens. And when the cold hits, oh boy, you gonna have to like put on the heater, go to sleep, get up, turn off the heater, and then put on the heater again, go to sleep. It is very tricky, to say the least. Like if you were like in a van and things like that, it's different. Like, you have your heaters, you have, all this technology. But if you just live in a normal car, then it's different. Unless you have like luxurious car, then that's also different. But yeah, I encourage you to get a gym membership, and that is 24 hours. I'm not saying you can get through, but it'll help you out.
Goals and bills that I really want to pay off first, me to do both. So this is what I'll be doing. I will continue to do things, update things if it's necessary, if this is even a thing for other people. But yeah, I'm curious to know.
I'm a new van lifer after living in a car for 3 years, and it really saddens me how many people are still commenting to this day. How many more people are commenting on my post saying I'm about to live in my car next week. I'm moving into my van in 2 months. I'm moving into my SUV. I'm moving into my minivan, whatever it may be, my vehicle, my car, my sedan. And it's like getting so much worse. And these people are not doing it because they want to. They're doing it because they have to. Even popular creators here on TikTok are moving into their cars.
I would say the economy is real bad. It is bad. Like, the rent have went so high that people cannot afford living. Like I say, shrinkflation, inflation, you have recession, you have all kind of section at this point that is not good. And I would say that at this moment, if you either live in a van life or something like that, get yourself a land. Like I know it's gonna be hard, but you already live in the van, so you don't have to pay rent anymore. You know, this is not financial advice, I guess, but I would say go ahead and get a land and start from there. Get your van, make sure it's a good van, get a land, and start building from there. Cause especially you want to get a land to where like there's life around it. So like cause you're gonna have to. The way we're going, like how the economy is going right now, it's not going great. It is not going great, and you want to have something that will be able to. You don't want to have something that is able to be maintained. Land cannot grow more land. We only have a certain amount of land, and as you see, a lot of the billionaires are already grabbing a lot of lands. So I would encourage people. It's not financial advice, but I encourage people to go ahead and get a land, start growing your own stuff. And that is where we are heading, and that's where we need to actually start concentrate on.
I work 5 jobs for an apartment building that has 1 room. Like, it's gotten insane and out of hand.
See all these cars? This is just one QT. Every one of these cars got people sleeping in them. Somewhere in Atlanta. Every one of them got people sleeping in them.
It is getting down into the 30s tonight, and I live in a van with no working heat. And people ask me all the time, Liz, how do you stay warm? Okay, let me tell you, layers, so many layers. I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants. I'm wearing like fleece-lined leggings, sweatpants, sweatshirt, jacket, 2 pairs of socks. Insulate the van. We gotta have all the window covers up. I'm burning some candles to make it nice and cozy. I'm heating up some water to make some apple cider, little packets of that. And honestly, for me, I really feel like just making the environment super cozy makes me feel warmer personally. On top of that, I also have a little heating pad that I plug in and preheat my bed with. Also, hot hands are great.
It's Wednesday, and I'm almost out of money. I'll get paid again on...
Those hot hands do come in handy. I remember when I used to leave in my car, they do come in handy. And like I said, when I was watching the Atlanta video, you seen people are, like, the cars, they're good. And like I said before, make sure you get yourself a good car. Because, boy, if you are leaving your car and your car keeps breaking down or something like that, you got nowhere to leave. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Monday, but I gotta really be on a tight budget until then. So tonight I went to Meijer and I got everything I got was $5.38. I got some of this ham, $2.71, and it smells really good. I think it's really good, high quality ham. And I picked up one of these French breads, 92 cents. And then I got some cupcakes that were $1.75. So, and I got some chips and some water left over from a few days ago. So I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it. Just gonna be rough until Monday. Hey, stay strong, my friends. Be resilient.
I know I'm just kind of a different breed of a person when people ask me how I am doing in my van and how the transition was, and I literally tell them, like, there's literally no issue. There wasn't really much of a transition. Like I get stuff out of totes. I really don't care. It's like a little cold sometimes. Still don't care. None of the things are problematic for me. I don't feel smaller. I actually honestly feel happier in my car than I did my apartment. I think the biggest thing that is just a little bit more awkward for me is like explaining it to people that I live in my van.
It can be true. Like when you're trying to explain this, especially to some of the people that you love, it's a little bit more harder. It's like they feel like you downgraded or something. I remember when I used to make this, tough phone calls to my kids and stuff like that. They were like, "Hey, Dad, are you still living in your car and stuff like that?" And I was like, yeah. I'm still living in the car. I mean, I try to brush it off, but I think I would say take advantage of that. I won't take advantage of that because you start seeing things that you used to take granted for. You start appreciating them more. If that makes sense. So it's for sure will teach you lessons, a whole bunch, But keep them and remember them. That's a few things I want to say. It's like keep them and remember them. For sure.
Some people have like this really cool reaction where they're like, "Oh my gosh, good for you! Like, what a journey!" And then other people are like, "Are you safe?" But yeah, no. The whole idea of living out of my van is honestly just a total breeze for me. I haven't minded anything at all.
Van lifing is one of the greatest life skills I have ever acquired. It took me an extremely long time for like this to normalize in my body and like feel like something that was natural to me. But now that it has, you're telling me I can just change my environment whenever I feel like I need a change in scenery for pretty much free. I don't have to plan to go places, that I can just pick up and go whenever the feeling moves me. That on most major roads throughout the United States, I know where to stop.
And that's what I was saying. Whenever if you're trying to do this, make sure you get a gym that is 24 hours, and make sure that gym is across the country to where, if you decide to stop here, instead of you paying extra money to get like a parking spot or whatever it is, or stop to like Walmart where you're not sure if somebody gonna hurt you. I mean, that goes true for the ladies too, If somebody, so make sure that you that's why I'm like, get a gym membership to where like, it's open 24/7. It's really a good idea. You're gonna save a lot of money, for sure.
And to most gas stations, that I know what places that I like, that I know places to camp, that I could drive 20 hours-ish in any direction and literally not have to turn on the GPS because I know where I'm going. It is the best set of skills I've ever developed.
I live in a van in a parking lot and I don't want to travel. I don't want to find another spot. I like this parking lot. This is the best parking lot that I have ever seen. And I've traveled to a lot of parking lots. I've lived in my van full-time for 10 months, and I've had the van for 4 years, so I would just go on like part-time trips, right? This parking lot is quiet, it's hidden, there's great internet service, so I can do all the work I need to do. But I know it sounds weird that I'm living in a parking lot, that I stay in the parking lot, and that I don't want to leave the parking lot. But maybe if you were in my situation, you would understand. I like living in this parking lot more than I like living in my old neighborhood. It's more quiet, there's less traffic, and there's a grocery store right here. I'm also making acquaintances with the people in the grocery store. They notice me, they recognize me, they're really nice to me. They know this is my van. There's a mall that's walking distance. There's lots of food. There's a Ross. So really everything I need is right here in this parking lot.
So vehicle living is not just an aesthetic way of life anymore or a nomadic choice. It is about survival in 2025. There are so many people that are living in their cars and their vans. And to add another layer of heartache and difficulty, winter is quickly approaching. In fact, a lot of areas in the US have already received snow and freezing temperatures. People are living in their vehicles in freezing temperatures outdoors. Currently where I am in Oklahoma, our homeless shelters are already asking for donations for the cold weather gear because we're already experiencing really cold temperatures, even though we don't have snow on the ground or anything. But people need these items, and we'll be going and picking up a lot of these things to donate because It's really, really sad to see what's going on, especially in this type of weather and these type of conditions. And this situation is affecting people of all ages. It's affecting our youth, middle-aged workers, people that are retired and should be living in a stable condition. So keep all of this in mind as we move into the winter weather. If you have it on your heart to donate to a local shelter, and if you have it within your capability, I recommend doing so. Help others that need help around you.
I gotta say, I do want to agree with her. Honestly, I do want to make sure that, people have a nice living place, just simple things that hides people's humility. But I don't think that will happen. Like, I don't think things gonna get better in 2026 or 2027, because things gonna get more expensive. That's for sure. We already know that. So, cars gonna get more expensive. Land's gonna get more expensive. Inflation's gonna be high and higher and higher. Every year, the inflation keep going high. Shrinkflation is probably gonna be, at this point, you're gonna be having a burrito that is this long or this big or something. Shrinkflation is real. So, and as they charge you more for getting less with inflation, and then they shrink that down, like, I'm hoping for a happy ending too. I don't wanna be like, the guy who's saying, oh, no, I'm hoping for a happy ending. But the reality is, no, it's not going to be. It is not. It is not. And like I said, I'll leave the original video down below. I was just giving my thoughts and reacting to it. Make sure you go hard. Make sure you work, because life will get harder. Time will get tougher. That's all I gotta say. And I'll see you guys on the next video.